Today our topic is the arrangement of electrons and what are ions. Means today we will discuss about page number 35 and page number 36. Okay, I request everyone to open up your books as well as open up your notebooks, rough notebooks, to note down the important points. Well, so as I have shared my video with you about the discovery of that arrangement of electrons by Neil Bohr and Rutherford, according to them it was said that that particles or the electrons, they revolve around the nucleus in a continuous manner. They keep moving every time, all the time, for the around the nucleus. Okay, so this concept of Bohr and Rutherford worked a theoretical model for the atom in which the electrons are arranged in layers around the nucleus, because electrons are continuously moving around the nucleus. Okay, I hope every one of you have seen my video and you have understand about that video in which we had learned about the discovery of scientists for that work. So next to it is that what is the formula. You need to know about the number of electrons, and also you need to know about the names of electrons and the arrangement of electrons in the electron shell. Okay, let's just a minute. I will arrange the board for you in the meanwhile. Okay, so I hope now you can see my board. Please raise your hands. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, students, now you can see over here that according to Bohr and Rutherford, there are actually, this is the nucleus in which protons and neutrons are there. Okay, and there is a shell over here, number 1, number 2, and number 3, let's say. So according to scientists, they named shell number 1 as the K shell. What they named it? This one. This is the, let's say I will write here, this is the K shell. Okay, then this second one, it is called as the L shell, and the over here it is called as M shell. Okay, students, there are proper naming given by scientists. This is the circle of nucleus. This first shell around which the electrons keep moving, they named it as K shell. Got it? Then the next shell was there and they named it as L shell. Okay, and then it is M shell, N shell, and so on and so on. Now, there was a formula suggested by the scientists that how the electrons can be filled in these shells. Okay, so the formula for that is 2n2. I hope you can see. The formula of filling electrons is 2n2. N is any number. Okay, it is any number. Let's say, if I will say that n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1. So 2 into, because n is 2 times 1, into 1. So what you get, students? 2 ones are 2 and means again ones are 2. So your answer will be 2. Got it? So this says that in your K shell, only 2 electrons can be fitted or can be arranged. Got my point? That only 2 electrons can be arranged in this K shell. The next shell, again 2 and 2. This time the number of N is 2. The number of N is 2. Okay, students? So see over here, 2, because it is 2 times. Over here it is 2 times 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Okay? So 2 twos are 4, 4 twos are 8. So it means that we have to adjust. I will write here in K shell 2 electrons. In L shell, how many electrons can we fit? 8 electrons we can fit. Okay, students? How many? 8 electrons we will fit over here. Arrange over here. Next is 2 and 2. And this time, the number of N is 3. Look over here. N is equal to 3. So 2 into 3 into 3. 2 threes are 6 and 6 threes are 18. Are you understanding it, students? So it becomes 18. So in this way, you can see that in the M shell, we can adjust 18 electrons. 18 electrons. So in M shell, we can fit 18 maximum electrons. How many? 18 maximum electrons. Okay, students, have you understand it? Please raise your hands if you have learned about this concept of naming of, shabash, very good, naming of the shells and the formula to fill how many electrons can be adjusted into it. Have you understand it, students? Okay. So now let's take an example of any atom. Okay. We take the example of sodium. Okay. I'm taking the example of sodium, let's say. It has atomic number. In our last lesson, we had discussed about the atomic and the mass number. Okay. So let's say 11 is there. It is its atomic number. And 23 is its mass number. I again write atomic number for your recalling. And this is called your mass number. Okay, students? So this atomic number, that 11, it means we always adjust the electrons according to the atomic number. Remember, according to the atomic number. Okay. So let's say this is sodium's nucleus. So for 11, out of 11, I will fill first 2 electrons in the K shell. In the K shell. Now the next 8 I will fill in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many electrons I have filled? 8 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10. 10 electrons we have adjusted according to this rule. 2 in the K shell and 8 in the L shell. Now how many electrons are left? 1. 1 electron is left. So that automatically will go into this last shell. Got it? So the electronic configuration of sodium is 2, 8 and 1. In the K shell, 2 electrons, L shell, 8 electrons, and in M shell, only 1 electron was being there and it was completed. Have you understand it, students? Okay, so I hope that by these knowing the names of these shells and by knowing the rule to fill up the electronic configuration, and also because of that one example you have understand it very clearly. Let's look on your books now. There is a table on your page 35. There is a book on your page 35. A table they have given. Please look at that table, everyone, students. Look at this table. See, first element is hydrogen. Okay, and it is symbolized as we have learned in our previous lesson, it is symbolized as capital H. Okay, what is its atomic number? 1. What are its number of electrons? Again 1, because atomic number is the number of protons, and in the last lesson we learned that atomic number indirectly also tells us the number of electrons. So in the first shell, how many electrons we have to adjust? We have to adjust only 1 electron. And where it will be filled in the case of hydrogen? Only in this first K shell. That's it, the electronic configuration. And as you can see in the last column, only 1 cross. You can put cross, you can put a circle for the symbolization of any electron. Okay, now look at the second element, that is helium. Okay, students, look at your books, page 35, and this table. It is symbolized as capital H, small e. Okay, what is its atomic number? 2. It means it has 2 protons, and definitely how many electrons it will have? 2 electrons. It means that again in the first shell, means in this K shell, how many electrons you will fill for this helium? 2 electrons you will fill for helium. You can look into this diagram also. You can look over here. They have made only 2 crosses over here. It means that it has been completed in this K shell. Next to it is the lithium. Look at your books, please. Its atomic number is 3. Now, we have to adjust how many electrons? 3 electrons. So, according to rule, in first shell, we will just fit 2. So, where the third one will go? It will go into the next shell automatically, which is the L shell, in other words, or the second shell, you can say. Okay, students? Then is the case of beryllium. It has atomic number 4, 2 in first shell, 2 in second shell. Similarly, boron, it has 5 atomic number, 2 in first shell and 3 in second shell. Then is the carbon, it has 6 atomic number, 2 in the first shell, 4 in the second shell, and so on and so on. I hope you have understand about this arrangement of electrons and their, first of all, you need to know what are the names of the shells: K shell, L shell, M shell, and N shell, and so on and so on. And what is the rule of filling this electronic configuration? 2n2. N is any number, sorry, like if it is n is equal to 1, 2, because n is raised to power 2, 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1, what answer you will get? 2. If value of n is 2, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, how many electrons you will fit? 8. And same with the 3, 4, and so on and so on. Have you understand it, students? Please raise your hands if you have learned this concept, and then I have given you an example of sodium. Very good, very good, very good. Inshallah, I will again send this video on Google Class. You will again go through by my video, by my audio and video lesson. It will be helpful for your more understanding. Okay. Now, the next topic is about what are ions. Come on page number 36. Come on page number 36. Okay, what are ions? Okay, students, I have discussed with you that an atom has electrons revolving around it, and inside of its nucleus, protons and neutrons are there. Okay, so normally the atoms are present in its it cannot exist in a single state. Okay, it cannot exist in its single state. It needs to complete its outer shell. Now I'm going to give you an example again about this ion. What is an ion? Ion is the charged particle of an atom. I told you earlier, beta, that an atom is a neutral atom, isn't it? That the number of positively charged particles must cancel the number of negatively charged particles. Okay, so during chemical reactions, when any atom needs any extra electron, the other electron will share its extra electron or unpaired electron to the other atom, and it becomes charged particle. Okay, students, now let's have a look on this demonstration again about ions. Look at the board. As I told, ions are the charged particles. What are they? They are the charged particles. Okay. Right now, students, I have made the electronic configuration of sodium. Do you remember sodium? So I made that this is the nucleus, protons and neutrons. In K shell, sodium has 2 electrons. In L shell, sodium has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. And in the M shell, sodium has only 1 electron. So it is the electronic configuration of sodium. Okay. Now if we look another example of chlorine. What it is? Chlorine. Okay. It has 17 atomic number and 35 mass number. Okay. So how I will arrange 17 electrons? This is the nucleus. Protons and neutrons are in the nucleus. So first I will fill 2 electrons in the K shell. Then in the M shell, I will add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 according to the rule. So 8 and 2, 10 electrons have been arranged. Now how many are left? We need total 17. 7 electrons have to be adjusted in the last shell. So I will adjust 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's see, and 7. Count it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay. What it is? It is the chlorine atom. What it is? Chlorine atom. Okay. Now this 1 electron, it is sometimes no use for sodium. Okay. So what it will do, that it will transfer its electron to this chlorine. Share the electron with chlorine. In this way, the last orbit, the last shell in which the sodium was having only 1 electron, it will be given to the chlorine and it will become stable, and it will become from sodium to Na plus. I will tell you why I called it plus. Now it has lost its one electron. And over here, it will receive an extra electron. So it will becomes Cl minus. So this Na plus and Cl minus are called as the ions. Are called as ions. Okay, students? So why we call sodium as Na plus or sodium cation? Because it has lost one of its electron, because electron is negatively charged particle. So number of protons are still over here 11. Still over here 11. But electrons become 10. So which charge is more there? Positive charge is there. That's why we call this sodium as Na plus. Over here, chlorine received one extra negative charge in the form of this electron. So it will become Cl minus because its protons were 17 before. But now how many electrons it has? 18 electrons it has. Means one more negative charge they have. That's why we call it Cl minus. So this Na plus and this Cl minus are called the ions or the ionic state of an atom, and when they combine, a bond will be made, and because of this Na plus and Cl minus, a new compound NaCl will be formed. A new compound NaCl will be formed. So in this way, ions are being made in the chemical reactions. Okay, students? So this was our today's topic of arrangement of electrons in the shells and about the ions. This topic is a intricate topic, a difficult topic. I suggest every one of you to go through by its video lecture and the audio lecture again. Go through by the book, practice the arrangement of electrons. Take the example from page number 35, and in this way you will be able to understand this topic.